Why hello there YouTube and welcome to another Who review from me. So, I am Davros and I am a Whovian, and my Who reviews for the build up to Series 11 continue now with the 10th Planet. Our episode, and this not only says goodbye to the first Doctor and introduces the regeneration, but it also introduces us to the Cybermen making their big debut. Now, the reason why I'm reviewing this is because obviously the 10th Planet as well, I feel, ties in with Twice Upon a Time, which I think it does. So let's get on to this. We have the Cybermen. And we discover that Mondas is dying and the Cybermen want to make a new home on Earth at a research facility in the Arctic and make everyone like them, Cybermen. Also, the Doctor isn't quite feeling himself and is wearing a bit thin. So, let's get on to my likes and my dislikes about this episode. First of all, the likes. I liked the Cybermen. How it brought the Cybermen into this, who have now become like the second biggest Doctor Who foe in the show's history. I also liked, how the Cybermen spoke as well, like going, "Emotions, I do not understand." And then the Doctor was like, "Emotions, love, pride, hate, fear. Have you no emotions, sir?" Yes. And I like Hartnell as well in this. I mean, despite him not being well, he put up one final great show, and for that I take my hat off to him because, around that time it got difficult for Hartnell. He was, having difficulty breathing because he smoked like a chimney, but that weren't really known. He was struggling to remember his lines. He was just lashing out and having episodes, and it's just the BBC head of drama, Sydney Newman, told him that things can't go on the way they are, but they wanted the show to go on, and they could have either gone in the direction where they get an actor to look like William Hartnell and they don't notice he's changed, or they completely reinvent the character. I like the direction they went in where they reinvented the character. We'll get to that a little bit later on. I loved William Hartnell in this. He was just great. I liked the story as well, and the scenery and that. It was a nicely done episode, and that. My dislikes on this episode, I've got to say, was, episode 3, the Doctor wasn't in it, and I didn't like that. But I get it though. I understand that William Hartnell wasn't feeling well, so he just sat this one out. But still, I didn't like the lack of the Doctor, but still it was alright. But that's probably one flaw. Another thing I don't like is how the fourth episode 4, is lost. Yeah, as unfortunately episode 4 of the 10th Planet is lost, and only bits of it are still about. Bits of clips are still around. But I did like how it got reanimated. You can watch the VHS version from 1993 on the DVD extras, which I've got. But on the DVD re-release, the episode's reanimated. And I like the animation in that, how they kept it black and white, and how they, redid it all and that, the actions and everything. But I just thought, maybe they could do a little bit better on the facial expressions of the characters as well in the reanimation. Other than that, I think the reanimating is great, and a lot of that is from Hartnell and Troughton's era, lost episodes, which is unfortunate, but they do their best to reanimate them and find them if they can, which they have done, found some lost ones, and that. I like the episode. I liked how the regeneration scene, back then it wasn't called regeneration, they didn't give it the name regeneration until John Pertwee's era, but I thought that the transition from Hartnell to Troughton. I'm glad they saved that scene. I mean, they reanimated it on the DVD, but on the VHS version that's on the extras, they still have that full scene intact. And I like that. I like the effects they had for its time. Old school. It's like light went over his face, and then Hartnell's doctor was no more, and Troughton took over. I liked how they reinvented that whole thing and that, gave Troughton a blank canvas. So anyway, another thing I guess I didn't really care much for was the companions. I found the two companions quite forgettable. What were their names? Was it Ben and Polly? Yeah, I think it was Ben and Polly. Yeah, I mean, I like them, but for me, I just, I was more distracted by the other actors' performances in this, from the Cybermen to Hartnell. And I was discussing the regeneration before my memory ran out on the camera. I thought that the regeneration was great. I mean, it wasn't called, like I just said, regeneration, but still, how Troughton was given a blank canvas to reinvigorate the character. Also, the Doctor, in the story, he said he must get back to the TARDIS quickly, and then he, does a disappearing act for a while, and then next thing the TARDIS comes back, and Ben and Polly want to be let in, and then they see the regeneration. But, yeah, I know when the Doctor went AWOL, we all know what he did now, don't we? His timeline clashed with the 12th Doctor's, which we'll get to in the next episode of Who Reviews, when it's Twice Upon a Time. So, final thoughts and ratings on the 10th Planet. I thought it was a nicely done story. Great final show from Hartnell. And that I like the Cybermen, despite them not looking brilliant as they do now. Also, they didn't have much of a budget to work with on the Cybermen. That's why they improved them in the next one, which I think was Moonbase, or was it The Wheel in Space? Because they had more money. Anyway, yeah, that's it for this one, I think, from the Cybermen, from the 10th Planet. So, yeah, I'm going to give the 10th Planet, I'm going to give it 4 out of 5, because I enjoyed this one from the 60s. So 4 out of 5 for the 10th Planet, so that is it for that one. So, if you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to share with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and to hit that notification bell. All of my social media links are down below in the description. So, until next time, I've been Davros, the Whovian, and until next time, run for your life.